Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tesla. I've talked about them a couple times here on the channel. Ticker TSLA. Here you can see what they've done over the last year, up over 77%, so just amazing. In the past 3 months, they're actually down 1.73%. In the last month, there would have been a good time to have gotten in. I was toying with the idea. I think I bought a partial share in this account, maybe another one, but no whole shares. So, but that would have been a good time to have gotten in. Over 17% here in the past week. So even if you got in there, it would have been a good time. And here's a look at today. So could have even made about $35, $40 there per share. But this is Tesla. As you can see, I have 2 in a partial share here. That's the nice thing about Robinhood. You can buy partial shares here. You can on Schwab as well. If you can on any other platforms, you can list that in the comments. I know you can M1 Finance. That's the only other one that I'm familiar with, buying partial shares or slices, whatever they want to call it. But as you can see, I have 2 in a partial here. Again, this is Tesla. If you don't know much about them, it's an EV company, a solar, supercharger, etc. You can read there. Founded in 2003. Volume of 32.37 million and an average volume of 27.62 million with a 1.12 trillion with a T dollar market cap. So 52-week low of $546.98 and a high of $1,243.49. And here's a look at their ratings. So not too bad, 51% on a buy on this one. So I never thought I'd see buy ratings on this one, but very interesting. Here are the earnings expected on April 27th. Earnings are expected on April 27th, so that should be interesting as well. Here's a little bit of my history. You can see here where I bought some partial shares. That's hilarious. I think that's all I had left in my account, and it was dipping, as you can see, below 900, and so I was like, didn't have time to make a deposit, and just threw and zeroed out my account, so I threw it here at Tesla. So you can laugh at that all you want, but I got some Tesla, and it went up, so I made some money. And here's the $10 buy. But the point with Robinhood, if you don't have 900 or 1,000, you can, as you can see, throw 2, 5, 10, whatever you got to spend on it, and throw that at Tesla as well. So, and I think since they're splitting again, and they've made videos about Amazon and Google splitting, almost makes me want to just put my money into those 3, but and possibly Apple. I'm sure they'll be splitting again someday as well. But I like to diversify, but there's days where you get your biggest return. As you can see, I have a 93% return here just in this account with only 2 shares, and so. And moving forward here, over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a hold with a 1-year price target of $949.22, which you can see we're already past that, so maybe that will change. But here's some information on how to buy Tesla. This is dated here today. So Tesla regular receives recognition for a high brand loyalty thanks to its cult-like customers. Company's fan base goes beyond the people who own its fleet of electric vehicles. There's another group devoted to Tesla stock and its high-profile CEO, Elon Musk. Palo Alto, California based Tesla launched its initial public offering in 2010 when shares of the company's trading, oh wow, that's disgusting, at $17. So just think if you would have bought, just say 100 shares of that at $1,700 or even 10, what that would have turned into. And it has multiplied. In 2020, Tesla shares surpassed $2,200, and that August the company announced its first ever stock split, a 5-for-1, which brought the price down to $400. Wish they would have brought it down even more. But it took less than 6 months for the stock's price to double that again. So next time it splits, it might be worthwhile to even look into doing an option on it. Not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion, so just something else to think about. March 2022, the company announced plans to request stockholder approval for another increase in its number of shares. Tesla's upcoming annual meeting, which would enable the car maker to split its stock again. Tesla stock can be well traded, so here's how to evaluate if it deserves a spot in your portfolio. Up until about a month ago, it hadn't really moved all that much, and but now here lately it's been moving, so I think it's moving and going to move a lot this year just due to increased gas prices. I think all the EVs are going to go up. I mean, that's GM, Ford, Tesla, all of them. Could be NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto. I've talked about them all, so I would assume they would all go up this year just in regards to gas prices, but we'll just have to wait and see. So too many consumers. Tesla is synonymous with electric cars and the broader clean energy movement. On Wall Street, Texas stock is often among the most actively traded stock, with millions of shares changing hands every day. The stock is listed on the NASDAQ exchange under the ticker TSLA. 2020, December, joined the S&P 500, debuting as the then fifth largest member and largest ever entry into the key stock index. Tesla is also the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100. Carmaker is classified in the consumer discretionary sector and grouped alongside with other consumer-focused companies like restaurants and retailers. And so here's their latest financial results. Has lofty expectations for Tesla in the fourth quarter of 2021. Tesla earned even more than the analysts predicted. Tesla reported a profit of $2.3 billion, or $2.05 a share. At the record for the company, operating profits of $2.54 a share easily beat the average analyst forecast of $2.36. Revenue surged more than 60% to $17.7 billion. One reason for the revenue growth, the number of vehicles it delivered in the fourth quarter jumped 71% to more than 308,000. That's despite the fact the company said its supply chains continued to constrain the number of vehicles that it could produce, and maybe we'll top that here this year. Who knows? So, Elon Musk said the supply chain issues would mean Tesla, which has not introduced any new models since March of 2020, would not introduce any in 2022 either. Investors have been eagerly awaiting a pickup truck, semi, and potential $25,000 entry-level vehicle that could bring Tesla cars to a less affluent driving public. So all three of those would be definite catalysts in the stock price going up as well. More sales, so, and maybe another split down the road, so who knows. You may own Tesla stock without even realizing it, particularly if you, in your stock portfolio, includes any index funds that track the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100. What's more, Tesla stock is included in the holdings of more than 200 different exchange-traded funds. I have this one in a M1 Finance account, as I showed you here in Robinhood. I have a TD account with some Tesla in it, and I just don't trade them, just let them sit and do their thing. I was tempted to sell it at $1,200. I wish I would have now, but if it does split and runs up again to whatever, I'm possibly going to sell in one account just to trade it a little bit, but I've just been sitting on it. So investing in Tesla isn't for the faint of heart, since it is volatile. Its stock is almost twice as volatile as the S&P 500, and buyers hoping for a repeat of Tesla's past performance could be disappointed. As a more mature company, it may not experience the same gains ahead of the stock has endured some pretty significant bumps along the way. Double-digit declines aren't exactly rare, and the stock has plummeted as much as 21% in a single day. So, and if you could do an option and bet on it going down, you'd make some money as well. So, and finally, Elon Musk has proven is capable of moving the stock's price with a single tweet. In February 2021, Musk said the company had invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, and I've usually covered that anytime that information comes out, and that they could also accept cryptocurrency as payment for the vehicles. So very interesting. Definitely looking ahead to the future. So Tesla seeks a second stock split in less than 2 years. I saw this, heard about it last week, and I've been kind of focused on Amazon and Google, but looks like now they're going to do another split, or at least present it before the board. So shares of Tesla jumped at the opening bell on Monday after the electric car maker announced its second stock split in less than 2 years. So that's just kind of amazing. But the company said in the regulatory filing and also in a tweet that it plans to make a request for an upcoming annual shareholders meeting to increase its number of authorized shares so that it can split the stock in the form of a dividend. So very interesting. It did not say when the split would occur or the ratio of such the split, but it would follow similar maneuvers by a trio of tech companies that have seen their shares soar in recent months. So they did a 5 to 1 last time. Maybe they'll do a 10 to 1 this time. I don't know. So it'd bring even more investors to invest into Tesla as well. So it would be very interesting. But Tesla shares are up more than 60% over the past year, with each costing more than $1,000. So the company is growing. CEO Musk, Tesla's first European factory last week, a gigafactory in Germany, will employ 12,000 people and produce 500,000 vehicles a year. So very not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, but I am definitely going to be buying some more Tesla. Even if you don't buy a whole share, you can buy partial. Even if it does do a split and gets back down to, I don't know, $300-400, you can still buy partial shares, even if you don't have $300 to $400. So might just want to set up a monthly investment on some of these shares or slices or whatever you want to call them. But shares continue to rise after the opening bell, almost 8%, or $77.22 to $1,087.86. Tesla said that the board has green-lighted the proposal, but that the dividend is contingent of the final board approval. Tesla had a 5-for-1 stock split in August of 2020, which went into effect on day one. The company announced that it had planned to sell off $5 billion worth of the stock just 3 months later. Tesla said it was planning another stock sale, looking to raise $5 billion in that offering. And as I've already made videos about Alphabet, Amazon doing a 20-for-1, I believe one's in June, one's in July. Again, I've made videos about those. So we view Tesla's move following the likes of Amazon, Google, and I got in on the last split for Apple. I'm sure it'll do it again. Initiating its stock split in 2 years as a smart strategic move that will be a positive catalyst for shares going forward. So definitely provide more buying opportunities. So Tesla plans a second stock split in less than 2 years. So kind of some of the same information. And so they were just following a bunch of tweets, and plans to make a request at an upcoming annual shareholders meeting to increase its number of authorized shares so it can split the stock in the form of a dividend. And maybe the company will give dividends in the future, who knows. So Tesla's stock price rose $81.02 or 8% to $1,092.37 in the afternoon trading. Shares are up more than 60% over the past year. January company posted a record of 2021 results, including net income of $5.5 billion. That was more than 7 times its previous high for earnings of $721 million in 2020. And again, already covered the Germany, 12,000 people producing 500,000 cars a year. So very cool. So Ives, who forecast Tesla shares to reach $1,400 over the next 12 months, said in a report that shipments of Tesla vehicles are trending well ahead of projections by Wall Street analysts. One obstacle for the company as well as the automakers that could temper its financial performance is an ongoing shortage of semiconductors resulting from global supply disruptions. So we'll just have to hope for the best there and see if they find a way around it. So U.S. stocks, S&P 500, little changed as banks energy offset Tesla again, and this is just stated here today. S&P was near an unchanged mark on Monday as declines in energy and bank stocks offset a sharp rise in shares of Tesla, while Russia and Ukraine were poised to hold their first face-to-face peace talks in more than 2 weeks. So couldn't come at a better time, and maybe we'll see something happen with gas prices, oil prices. So energy was down 2.39%, worst performing sector in the session after oil prices tumbled on the heels of the lockdown in China's financial hub, Shanghai, to a jump in the 19 infections that sparked demand worries. So here Exxon slumped, Chevron I sold out of. I did a video on it. I could have made about $20 more a share, but I was just glad to get out of it. Especially if gas prices go down, these stocks are going to go down. More and more EVs are out there, and so I just look to get out of the gas stocks. But you can argue with me in the comments, but that's what I did. But Tesla to seek shareholder approval for a stock split, shares surge. So again, kind of some of the same information, just going to skip through this for those of you that like the view on Yahoo Finance. But again, a lot of the same information. So when I've talked about Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple in regards to their splits, Alphabet or Google and Amazon will be splitting in June and July. And that's just amazing for $17 in 2010, following a 25 for 1 stock split, trading above 1,000. So even if you had 10 shares of, that'd have been, who knows what that would have turned into. So if you can do that math, you can leave that in the comments over here on Reddit. Tesla is officially in the downtrend. So like I said earlier, it was trading kind of flat there for a while, in the 780s to 800, kind of hit 900 there a time or two, and then hit the 12s, and now it's just gonna probably take off again, and probably will hit 1400 now that they're talking to split again. So currently at 1091.84, low of 546.98, $1.04 trillion market cap. So just amazing. 1500 by end of the year, possibly on this move. Definitely lagged after its first breakout towards 1100. Over here on Amazon Money, currently showing it as a hold, and here on Tip Ranks, currently as a moderate buy, and it's just on a downside, but to 1,063, so we're already above that, a high of 1,580 and a low of 313. It might not even be that after it splits, for all you know, but that would be nice if it did go down to the $200 or $300 range, or the 150 like Amazon and Google are going to be. So you could get some Tesla for $150 again. That would be awesome. That's all I have for Tesla. If you have Tesla, go ahead and list that in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share on this one, and if there's any other EV stocks out there you want me to take a look at, be happy to do that as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.